Uh, alright, hello internet and welcome back to the Story Nook, where today I actually grouped stuff into like what Reddit channel they're from, because I said I should be a little bit less lazy, but I've got 3 random stories I want to read that aren't from the same subreddit, and I just didn't feel like going for the other subreddits to find stories from them. So, we're going to start off with r/off my chest because the title caught my attention. So welcome in, grab your water, grab your hot cocoa, your tea, whatever it is you want to drink, and let us move forward with this. And this is posted by Casual Hobbyist, and it is titled, "The Barbie Movie Made Me Realize I Hate My Friends." This is petty, but there is a lot of build up to this. I am a very sensitive person who gets really excited by things like events, movies, and friends. I've never really expressed myself as a kid out of shame for being girly and crap. I've also always had friend issues. This year was really hard for me because of medical issues, social fallouts, and mental health issues. It's stupid, but one of the things that keep me going was seeing the Barbie movie. I was going to be the first, it was going to be the first time I dressed up with friends and made a big deal out of it. I just graduated and lost my best friend who I was originally going to see it with. We planned and joked about how to dress when to go to get everything, like the limited edition cups and stuff. It was stupid, but it was the first time I felt excited to go to something without being embarrassed. So I lost my best friend, but my remaining mutual friends said they'd go with me, and we all have a ton of fun. For weeks we talked about it, and I expressed my excitement and everything, and they really bantered back. I bought the tickets that my friend asked me to get as well for cheaper times. Day of the movie, though, everyone showed up late. Nobody was dressed up or had any pink, and when I brought out the pink decor for my boyfriend to wear, he rolled his eyes at me. What's worse is the tickets were for the maternity showing, so there was babies crying throughout the whole thing. Afterwards, I found out that the friend who asked me to buy the tickets knew and didn't say anything. Every time I've hung out with my friends since, I've just felt so disconnected and defeated. It's stupid, but the movie meant a lot to me, and I really feel like I have no hope left for anybody. And I just realized it sounds like my former best friend passed away. She did not. She just backstabbed earlier in the year, so I cut off all contact. And for this, at the time of posting, it's only been up for less than 24 hours. But for this, yeah, those friends, I don't know if it was you make it seem like y'all were talking and had been discussing things, like how everyone was supposed to dress and what all the plans were, and none of your friends said, yeah, I don't really feel like doing that. The whole maternity showing thing, I feel like the friend should have told you, but also they're mutuals with that other friend who in the edit you said backstabbed you. So I feel like these friends might not actually sadly be friends or whatnot, and that's a sad thing to hear. But yeah, it's a very nuanced issue. Let's read some community comments. Never stick around with people who actively try to put out your flame. There are plenty of people out there who share your zealousness for the things you like. Very true. And OP responds, thank you. I'm really hoping I do find a group of friends to match my energy with. I miss being a kid and having a group of pals where the excitement just used to just bounce off the walls with almost everything. I love life and the small things that make it all the more colorful. I'm hoping to find people who think the same one day. And that's honestly very understandable. And when responds, "None of that is stupid. You are entirely valid to have been excited about it, and it's awful to have been let down so much when you cared such a great deal. I really hope you find a much more supportive partner and friend group. If we were friends, I'd go in it full-on Barbie get-up with you." And it's very true. Someone responded to that. "It broke my heart how often OP said this was stupid. It's not stupid to be excited for something that makes you happy. Not even close to being stupid. And don't ever think you are." But yeah. For this, it's... the friends are just kind of crummy. Not gonna lie. Like, I've had things like this where I got really excited and I had made plans with a friend, and in the end they just they just let me down. They weren't there. And it's like, with me, like, I'll get excited and then something will happen and just harsh and mellow the whole day, and then I can't enjoy the thing that I'm excited about. And I feel like OP might be in the same way. But hopefully they make better friends who are not so just a letdown. Because I don't really feel like friends. They feel more like acquaintances. But we're going to go ahead and move on to our next post, which is from r/fuckHOA. Because I hate HOAs as well. And I am willing to read more of these stories. And this is posted by iHVAC Pro. "HOA using my bathroom as a common area for gas water heater. I live in a condominium complex with HOA, and there's a gas water heater inside my bathroom that's shared with my downstairs neighbor. It broke down a few months ago, and they came into my house to replace it. Now I can smell chemicals coming from the exhaust pipe, and it's backdrafting into my house. The water heater is completely inside my bathroom and not separated from the house. The HOA claims ownership of the water heater, and they said they can come into my house whenever they want to access it," which I think is completely effed up if it's in someone's unit. "I'm tired of them using my house as an access point to a common area, and I have a feeling the HOA has no right to force me to have it inside my house when I could easily afford an electric water heater. What are they going to do if I turn off the water heater and gas and install an electric water heater?" Edit. For everyone saying I should have read the contract, I did read it, and I never would have thought I didn't own my own fucking water heater. The contract doesn't specifically outline the water heater either, just that HOA owns limited/common elements. I already know you're a bunch of HOA Karen and property managers drunk on power. I shut it off. No, I don't want them to work on it anymore when it's an imminent danger to my health. These water heaters are dangerous, and it should not be located inside my house against my will. Carbon monoxide alarms don't go off unless CO is at a high levels, and I'm pretty sure I got low levels of CO poisoning from this fucking water heater, as for the first time in my life, my lungs hurt. Just because I signed a contract doesn't give HOA freedom to put my health in jeopardy. The HOA shouldn't have ownership over any part of the inside of my fucking house. Furthermore, I don't have to allow them access to it because everything between the front door and the water heater is private property. Unfortunately, they'll have to climb through the attic and squeeze through a 1-by-2-foot hole. Ha ha ha. Good luck. By the way, yeah, I'm an HVAC tech, but that doesn't mean I fix gas water heaters. Are you kidding? I won't even work on gas furnaces because they're defunct in most buildings because they're dangerous and outdated, just like an unreformaldehyde fiberglass. Which is, yeah, that's fucked up. Because I honestly don't see how they're allowed to do it, but I think HOAs are stupid and that they shouldn't exist and honestly shouldn't be allowed to exist. Let's not lie. I think it's stupid. You spend all this money to own a building, like to own a place for you to live, and then you gotta pay more money on top of that for those people, and then you gotta follow all their stupid little rules and regulations. Like where I live in a trailer park, and it pretty much has like a shitty HOA, and there's like a whole bunch of like bullshit. Like you can only paint your trailers certain approved colors. And like dark gray isn't a color you can use, which is stupid. Because I prefer like a gray or a brown, but you can't use those. You can't have an enclosed porch. Like my sister paid like a shit ton of money for a trailer that they had on their property that had an enclosed porch, and they sent people over to destroy that enclosed porch that they had before they let them move in or some shit. And their maintenance guy, like my sister had issues with her kitchen sink, and the maintenance guy they have you call, piece of shit. Like my sister scrounged and saved up a shit ton of money, called him, set up a date, and they never fucking showed. There's a whole bunch of other shit. Like they'll find you for every like little teeny tiny infraction. They'll find you like $50 whenever the fuck they can, and all this bullshit. Like they fucking suck. So yeah, HOAs shouldn't exist. Any of that kind of shit. So yeah. The next story is from r/I don't work here lady. And it's posted by Charred Debris. Diffused a Karen today. Was wandering through a different brand of big box hardware store as I was spending the weekend away from home for work, and heard the wind up of the turbo for a Bitch-O-Matic 5000. The growing loudness. I can't believe how unhelpful everyone is. Why people won't do their jobs. How hard is it to blah blah blah, etc. Normally, this would be my cue to nope out of the area, but I don't have anything better to do. I casually walked by to see what the actual F was going on, and this woman with a cart loaded with the floor tilings is complaining to this young lady, who might have been 85 pounds soaking wet, about her not taking the woman's cart out to her car and loading it in. People don't get paid to do that no more. The woman is trying to tell her that she will call someone over to help, but Karen is not listening. I'm pretty much free to do whatever I want, so I ask her if I could help. Karen refuses and starts to insist that it's the poor girl's problem. I mention that I don't mind helping, and as long as it gets done, why would she care about who does it? Cue angry, I can do it. She pushed her crap out the door, and as I drove away, she was loading her own shit into her own car, just like a normal person. And I still don't work there. Yeah, so I do remember hearing stories about, like, when people, like, you used to, like, have, because it was, like, the bagger's job, they used to walk you to your car, and that was, like, back in, like, the 80s or 90s or something. Like, probably even before that, like, maybe even the 70s or 60s. The bagger, because, like, they had so few people anyway. Because, like, you know, everything was far spread out more and all that. So, like, the bagger could walk you to your car and help you load your groceries and all that, if you wanted, just for, like, some idle chit-chat. But back in those days, like, it used to be, like, actual, like, you know, teenagers on, like, their weekend off, working for, like, their first job, making, like, a little bit of money to, like, spend on treating themselves throughout, like, the summer and whatnot. That's not what it is now. It's technically not even safe, really, because, like, what if the person you're helping, what if they decide to, like, turn and attack you or whatever, yada yada. Like, the only store that I know of that allows, like, the baggers or someone to go and help you load your stuff into your car is Publix. And Publix is only located in the southeastern of the United States, from I believe. Because Publix is where I go, but Publix is a tiny bit more pricier than Walmart and Kroger. So, yeah. Very weird, but whatevs. But not gonna lie, kind of funny that they just think that it's someone's job. Especially, like, knowing now, like, I know there's one state, I believe, everyone jokes, I don't know which state specifically. I think I heard a joke earlier this week that it was, like, New Jersey. But there's, like, one city in one state of the United States where it's illegal to pump your own gas. They have an attendant there to pump your gas for you, which is weird. Because I'm just like, I can pump my own gas. And I feel like this lady, maybe she grew up in a town where the baggers would be sent to, like, help you load your car. But just to, like, demand it so rudely, like, no, F you. Especially since the lady probably trying to do her own job because, like, you know, your upper management is always, oh, not always, but a majority of the time can be like, we need to do this, and it needs to be done by this amount of time, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, I can get someone to help take your stuff to your car for you, but the lady's not listening. But yeah, Guy diffused that perfectly, and it's wonderful that the lady actually went and did it her damn self. So, ha 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 ha. But, thank you all so much for being here, listening to me read stories, rambling. I hope you enjoyed whatever artwork is being shown above this video. I am doing well. I'm like $6,000 in debt, if not more, for medical bills, and I gotta call those people and see if I can work out a payment plan so they don't send that shit to collections. Because they sent me a message like, hey, this $6,000 bill that we know you can't afford to pay, it's overdue. And I'm just like, fuck. But yeah, if you want to help support me, check out my links. I have a Redbubble shop. I have books that I've published that you can actually get off of the Amazon store and, like, several other Google Play, like, bookstores if you want, like, an ebook. I believe one of them is Barnes & Nobles. But yeah. So thank you all very, very much for being here, for being awesome. And yeah, thank you to my Ko-fi and Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. I am working on writing a new book currently, and you guys should hopefully be seeing that on the Ko-fi and Patreon soon. So yeah, bye-bye.